Good afternoon everyone. How are you all? I hope each and every one of you is in the perfect health and happiness. So shall we begin this class? So today we are going to discuss about a paper discussion which you took the exam of yesterday, mock paper 2, that we are going to discuss today. So the first question is the 91st question. The biology starts. Assertion: viruses are not considered as organisms. Is this correct? You can on your mic and speak. So yes, this is correct. Correct. Reason because viruses are not considered as organism because viruses are nucleoproteins and lack cell organelles. This is also correct. So is it a correct explanation? We can say yes, D is the right answer. Both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A. 92. A process that creates an important difference between C3 and C4 plant is, what is that which is making the difference between C3 and C4 plants? Tell me. It is it a Kelvin cycle? Photorespiration, very good. Direct answer, it is photorespiration which is making the difference. Which of the following is the most convincing reason for increasing population growth in our country? High birth rate? Yes, it could be also. High mortality rate? No. Low population of old people? Could be. High population of, okay, this is a more correct and convincing answer among that A, C and D. Okay. Ninety-fourth. Where do the Casparian bands occur? Where do you see the Casparian bands? Is it epidermis, endodermis, pericycle or phloem? Where exactly? You can see the Casparian strap in the endodermis. Isn't it? Direct question. Statement based question 95th. BOD, biological oxygen demand, represent the amount of dissolved oxygen that would be consumed if all the organic matter in 1 liter of water were oxidized by microorganism. Is it correct? Is the statement 1 is correct. High value of BOD indicates that water is highly polluted. Yes, high value of BOD means there is a high demand for oxygen, which means there are more organisms, which means there is more organic matter, which means this is also correct. Statement 1 and 2 both are correct. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. D for Delhi is the correct answer. In somatic cell, we need to see in G1 phase DNA content is doubled. In G1 phase DNA content cannot be doubled. DNA replication takes place in S phase. Yes, DNA replication takes place in S phase. A short interphase is followed by long mitotic. No, it is not the case. G2 is followed by long. No, this is also not the case. So which means B for Bombay is the right answer. Any doubts till now? During the light stage of photosynthesis, which means light reaction, the photoactivated pigment removes an electron from the hydroxyl radical derived from the water molecules. The fate of the free hydroxyl radical is that. Okay, so hydroxyl, that is OH, that will be a radical. So what happens? Many OH will be there, which together makes, one is O2 and another one will be protons. So it is broken down into oxygen and free, sorry, this is used, okay, which among this? It can be broken down into oxygen and free radical of hydrogen. This can be the better answer, isn't it? Yes, it is used as activate chlorophyll. No. Reduces carbon dioxide. No, in light reaction this doesn't happen. It is used to produce adenosine triphosphate from the adenosine diphosphate. No. So this could happen. So 97, A is the correct answer. So we are going for the next slide. 98th question. 98th question, what is B? Here there is a hilum and above that there will be a micropyle. So, B is the micropyle and A is the hilum. So, A is the hilum, B is the micropyle. Okay. Now, this one C is the plumule, this is a radical and this one is the cotyledon. Plumule, D is cotyledon and E is radical. B for Bombay is the right answer. Are you following, children? Are you following? Give a quick thumbs up if you are following. Yes, thank you Sakshi, Kiran, Chesta. During the replication of bacterial chromosome, DNA synthesis starts from origin of replication site and DNA primers are involved. Yes, yes. The answer is?
Option C.
Moves in one direction of the site. No, actually, you know, bacterial chromosome is actually circular, right? Chromosome, I mean, that one is circular. The bacterial DNA is circular DNA. If here, if for example, if this is the ORI, site of origin, then actually this one, like this, the helicase will act here and it make a loop like this, understanding? Loop like this. So, the bacterial replication like this, the replication starts from this way also, it can start in this way also. So, it will be bidirectional way. This way also the replication starts like this, the replication start in this way as well. So, it is not unidirectional, it is bidirectional, moves in bidirectional way. So, D for Delhi is the correct answer. Understood? 100. During double fertilization in plants, in which plants double fertilization happens? Angiosperms or gymnosperms or pteridophytes or bryophytes or which? Angiosperms, exactly. One male gamete fuses with the egg cell and other male gamete fuses with the polar nuclei. Very good. B for Bombay is the correct answer. 101. Cell would normally proceed to mitosis without interruption. Okay, there are some checkpoints. Okay, there are some checkpoints. One of the major checkpoint is between G1 to S. Okay, G1 to S. What is this major checkpoint? There will be the checkpoint here. Before DNA replication, the cell is, I mean, there is a checkpoint saying whether the cell is ready for DNA replication or not. If it proceeds for this, if it proceeds for S phase, then there will be no looking back. Understanding? It cannot go back. So, if it is ready, if the cell is ready for the DNA replication and cell division, it will proceed for the S. If it is not ready in the G1, it will go to G0, that is quiescent phase. So, major checkpoint comes here. The major checkpoints comes here. This is the checkpoint. Whether the cell is ready from the G1, whether the cell is ready, if it is yes, then it goes to yes phase. Yes means S phase. YES means S phase. No means G0. If the cell is not ready, it go back to G0 from G1. If it is yes, it goes to S phase. And after going from here, if everything is good, like DNA replication has taken place in a right way, there is no mispairing or there is no mismatching, any wrong in DNA replication, then it can proceed further. So, this is a checkpoint. Understanding? So, the answer to this question is once it has entered the S phase, yes, correct. So, A, once it has entered the S phase, it will proceed without interruption. Once it has entered the G2, no. At any time of cell division, no. None of the, no. So, it will be once it enters the S phase. Understood? And 1 or 2, which of the following statement are correct? rRNA provides a template for synthesis of proteins. Is it rRNA? It is actually Messenger RNA provides. tRNA brings amino acid and reads the genetic code. This statement is correct. RNA polymerase bind to promoter and initiate the transcription. Transcription, yes, it is correct. And a segment of DNA coding for polypeptide is called intron. No, this is called exon. So we need to find which of the following statement are correct. We need to find the correct ones, which means 2 and 3 are correct. 2 and 3 are correct. D for Delhi is the correct answer. Okay. Nuclear envelope is derivative of. We have already solved this question. Which one it is derivative of? Derivative of? Is it Golgi complex? No. Microtubules? No. It's a cytoskeletons. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, yes. And smooth endoplasmic reticulum? No. It is rough endoplasmic reticulum. The rough endoplasmic reticulum is continuous with the nuclear membrane. Okay. When the nuclear membrane fragments during the cell division, how it forms? Actually, it forms from the endoplasmic reticulum. The components, everything, composition components, everything almost same in the nuclear membrane as well as in the endoplasmic reticulum. Understanding this much? It is C is the right answer. 104. Who is considered for father of ecology in India? In India, we need to say in India. Direct question it is. Who? Do you know? Tell me, children. Chris, Sakshi.
Option C.
Not MS Swaminathan. It is Ramdev Mishra. Option B is the correct answer. B for Bombay is the correct answer. How many molecules of RUBP and carbon dioxide respectively are required for production of 6 molecules of 3-PGA? Can you solve this? We need to find 6 molecule of 3-PGA. Okay. So RUBP is a 5 carbon compound. Okay. When carbon dioxide is added to it in the carboxylation process, now it will form a 6 carbon unstable product. Unstable. This unstable product will divide to 3 PGA, 3 PGA. 2 molecules of 3 PGA, 3 PGA. So in one cycle there will be 2 molecules of PGA will be coming, isn't it? So we need, if for 6 molecules we need to run 3 cycles. We need to run 3 cycles. For that, how many RUBP are required and how many carbon dioxide? For 3 cycles. In one cycle, 1 RUBP, 1 carbon dioxide. For 3 cycles, 3 RUBP and 3 carbon dioxide. Understood? Any doubts? Yes. Fill in the blanks and select the correct options. Okay, we will fill the blanks first. Leaves of dicotyledons plant generally possess dash venation. It is
Reticulate.
reticulate. In some dash plants, the leaf base may have become swollen, which is called, these are leguminous plant. Sorry. Leguminous plants, the leaf base becomes swollen, which is called pulvinous. Pulvinous. In pinnately compound leaf, a number of leaflets are present on common axis. This is called rachis. Rachis. The long, thin, flexible dash allow the leaf bleeds. Petiole. Petiole. Allow the leaf blades to flutter in wind, thereby it gives cooling effect, right? It gives cooling effect. Cooling effect. So which is the right answer? Parallel. Okay, this is not. Option B, reticulate. 3 is pulvinous and 6 is the cooling effect. Yes. B for Bombay is the right answer. Okay. 107. A DNA strand with a sequence AAG, okay, is transcribed. What is the sequence of mRNA? What is the sequence of mRNA here? UU, G, C. Okay, TT doesn't comes in mRNA. Here also T is there, doesn't come. A does, okay. The only one possible is B, that is UUGC. A, UUGC. Yes, this is a B for Bombay is the right answer. In alcoholic fermentation, oxygen is the electron acceptor. Oxygen in alcoholic fermentation is anaerobic. So there is no oxygen. Oxygen last electron acceptor नहीं हो सकता. Triose phosphate is the electron donor. Yes. While acetaldehyde is the electron acceptor. Yes, that is correct, right? Because triose phosphate, that is 3-PGA. It will be.
Ma'am, screen is not visible.
Oh, screen is not visible.
Ma'am, it is blur.
Blur. Everybody is facing the same issue. Is there any network issue? Like everything is going. No, it seems. Are we facing any network issue? Why? When did it got connected to that? Fine. Thank you for letting me know. Now is it fine? Yeah, thank you so much, children. Thank you so much. Okay, alcoholic fermentation. Okay, triose phosphate is electron donor, while the acetaldehyde is the electron acceptor. So here 3-PGA, NAD plus will be converted to NADH2. Okay, so here for NAD the 3-PGA will give the electron. So triose phosphate is electron donor. After that there is all process of this is glycolysis, and the end product here is pyruvate. The end product here is pyruvate. This here the pyruvate will be converted into acetaldehyde first. Then acetaldehyde will be converted to ethanol, isn't it? Here one this thing carbon dioxide it will be going. In this case here the NADH2 which was produced here is converted to NAD plus. Here this electron, the electron from the NADH2 will be accepted by the acetaldehyde, isn't it? It will be accepted by the acetaldehyde. Okay, so here triose phosphate is electron donor, here electron donor, and acetaldehyde is the electron acceptor. So B for Bombay is the right answer here. Understood? This one is the right answer. Pyruvic acid is not an electron acceptor. because pyruvic acid or pyruvate will be converted to acetaldehyde. In lactate acid fermentation, pyruvate will be directly converted into lactic acid or lactate. There we can see that there is no electron donor. This can also be not right. The incorrect order, sorry, the correct order of the process of decomposition is, tell me which is the correct order here? Easy. Which is the correct order? First will always, if the leaf is there, if this is the leaf, it fallen on the ground, if it undergo decomposition, the first and foremost thing is fragmentation. The first and foremost thing is the fragmentation. Yes, here also fragmentation. Okay, second will be not humification, it is leaching, and next is catabolism, humification and mineralization. So, D4 Delhi is the correct answer. Direct NCERT question. Protonema and leafy stage are predominant stage of the life cycle of protonema stage, that is primary protonema and secondary protonema will be there, and the leafy stage. This is it is for mosses. Yes, A is the correct answer, mosses. So, there is no leafy this one protonema stage in liverwort. Dicots, monocots are way more higher organism. Which one is correct about crossing over? Okay, we might have already done this. Yes, crossing over, it occurs in tetrad stage, which occurs in Pecatine. Yes, Pecatine stage crossing over happens of the prophase 1 of the meiosis 1. This is correct. It occurs between non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosome. This is also correct. It is recombinase enzyme mediated. Yeah, enzyme here is a recombinase. It is also the reciprocal transfer of genes between non-homologous. It is not non-homologous chromosome. Transfer of genes from one to another is between the homologous chromosomes. It brings genetic variation, it definitely brings the genetic variation. We need to find the correct ones, option B, except for all other are correct. That is B for Bombay is a correct answer. Match the column 1 and 2 and find the correct option. Okay, basal placentation, marigold, isn't it? Free central, free DP, that is dianthus. Parietal is argemone. Axile lemon hai na, and marginal is P, which means A4 B1, A4 एक ही है, so which is B for Bombay is the correct answer. During translation, proteins are synthesized by ribosome using the information on DNA. No, it will be mRNA. Lysosome नहीं आएंगे. Ribosome using the information. Yeah, here it is, mRNA. C is the correct answer. Statement 1. Read the statement 1 and 2 and answer. Mendelian disorders are transmitted to offsprings on the same lines as we have studied in the principle of inheritance. Yes, it is transmitted in the same lines. This is correct. Sorry. Color blindness is sex-linked recessive disorder. Yes, it is due to the defect in either red or green cones of the eye, resulting in the failure to discriminate between red and green color. Yes, this is also true, which means statement 1 and 2 both are correct. It is D for Delhi. Statement 1 both are correct. Experiments done by Charles Darwin and his son on plant phototrophism show that coleoptile, the leaf, that is experiment. Auxin is produced in the tip of the, so they never able to isolate auxin or term the name auxin, isn't it? So they didn't know that it was auxin. They said something was there. There was a stimulus. That stimulus is a sun rays, that is the light, and these show the response of bending towards the light. Only that much they could say. The tip of the coleoptile is the light receptor of the plant. Yes, this is correct. Within coleoptiles, auxin moves laterally. No, they didn't say anything about it. More cell elongation takes place in the shade. This is also correct, but they didn't know what it was and how exactly it is doing its job in the plant. They didn't know about it. Only they could say was the tip of the coleoptile is the light receptor of the plant. Only this much they could say. The unique feature of bryophytes compared to other plant groups is they produce spores. Algae also does that. They lack vascular tissue. Algae also does that. They lack roots. No, I mean only unique feature. Their sporophyte is attached to the gametophyte. Yes, here the sporophyte is attached to the gametophyte, which means the sporophyte, which is 2n in number, that is diploid plant body, is attached to the plant body gametophyte, which means the sporophyte is dependent on the gametophyte. This was the unique feature for bryophytes. D for Delhi is the correct answer. Understanding? In non-cyclic reaction of photosynthesis, the electrons from chlorophyll molecules in photosystem 1 are used in the formation of NADPH. What is the source of the electrons? Okay, so what is the source of electrons? Easy. In the the photosystem 2 which splits, yes, it was from the water. When the water molecule splits, it gives the electrons to the photosystem 2. D for Delhi is the correct answer. Choose the correct option. A, B, C, D. A is the antipodal cells. Antipodal cells. D is the polar nuclei. C are synergids. D is a filiform apparatus. So, A is a antipodal cells. Okay, B is a filiform. C is a polar nuclei. Okay, sorry, C is a synergids. Okay, C is a synergids and D is a polar nuclei. So, B for Bombay is a correct answer. Isn't it? Antipodal cells, B filiform, C synergids and D. Oh, yes. Crossing over takes place between which chromatids? Crossing over takes place between non-sister chromatids and which stage of the cell cycle? Pecketing. Non-sister chromatids of it is on homologous. Non-sisters of homologous chromosome, zygote stage nahi hai. Non-homologous nahi hai. Non-sister chromatid of homologous chromosome at Pecketin stage of the prophase 1. Yes, this is correct. Non-sister chromatid of no, this is also wrong. So, it is B for Bombay is a correct answer. What do you mean by dedifferentiation? Dedifferentiation means actually regaining the capacity of cell division. So, we got the answer as first, regaining the lost capacity of division by the living cells. Different structure to response to the environment, no. None of the above, no. The intrinsic factor affecting the plant growth, no. Understood? Which of the following is not a goal of human genome project? To sequence the genomes of selected models. Yeah, with the human genome project, they wanted to sequence other organisms like E. coli and all. So, that is also true. To eliminate all disease, there was no such goal. To consider social, ethical and legal aspect of this was also a goal. They had to consider all the social, legal and ethical issues. To develop computational tools for the analysis sequence of information, this is also one of it. But to eliminate all the disease. So, actually the goal was for the use of medicine, for the field of medicine use. That was okay, but to eliminate all the disease, no, this was never the goal. After the human genome project, it was useful for medicine research and all, but this to eliminate all disease was not the goal. Mark the correct statement. NAD, NADP are coenzymes that are derivative of vitamin B. Yes, vitamin B, especially vitamin B3, niacinamide or nicotinamide, yes. And catalytic activity is lost when the cofactor is removed from the enzyme. This is also correct. In carboxypeptidase, the metallic ions are zinc. This is also correct. So, we need to find the correct statement, that is all of the above is a correct statement. All A, B, C, all are correct. In major cause of loss of number of migratory birds. Okay, major cause for the loss of migratory birds, loss in the numbers of the migratory birds are bad weather, no. Urbanization, yeah, it is a cause, but we need to find the major cause, which is directly given in the NCERT, it has given, but urbanization they didn't give as a major cause. Pesticide, these are indirect causes. Yes, if pesticides are, if we apply the pesticide, there will be no pest, which means the insects will be, these insects which these migratory birds will be feeding on, such insects, those will be killed. So, anyway disrupting the food chain of these migratory birds, but not a direct cause. Fragmentation, it is given. Loss of habitat, it is given. As a 4 evils of loss of biodiversity, in the NCERT textbook they have given these two as a major cause, And all these can also be causes. Bad weather, it is very temporary, isn't it? Urbanization is a cause for loss of habitat, yes. Pesticides also, it disrupts the food chain, but these two are the major cause, which means 4 and 5 only, need to find the major cause, yes. That is B for Bombay is a correct answer. Now tell me, what are these? Can you see? Oh, it is kind of, do you have, yes. So tell me, what is one? One is a dicot, it is a dicot root. This one is the monocot root. This one is the dicot stem. This one is also dicot stem. So, what is this actually? Only this much they have taken, only this much, this part of it, I mean to say this part of it. It is enlarged, and here they have given dicot stem, both are dicot stem. But the option here they have given dicot root, monocot root, okay, and dicot stem and also dicot stem. So, there is no option such like that. So, you cross this and write dicot stem. Understanding? So, if you see the NCERT, both are dicot stem only, isn't it? Yes. How many of the following statement are correct? In equisetum, we need to find the correct statement. In equisetum, the female gametophyte is retained in the parent sporophyte? No. Equisetum is actually homosporous. This female gametophyte retained in the parent body, that we call it a seed habit, right? Seed habit. And precursor for seed habit. Where do we see this? We see in the heterosporous plant. Example, Selaginella and Salvinia. Selaginella and Salvinia. So, this is wrong. In ginkgo, the male gametophyte is not independent. Yes, ginkgo is a gymnosperm, where the male gametophyte is actually dependent, not independent in a sense, which means dependent. Yes, correct. The sporophyte in Rixia is more developed than Polytrichum. Polytrichum is a moss. Rixia is a liverwort. Rixia is a liverwort. The sporophyte of the Rixia is more developed. No, it cannot be. Mosses are more advanced than Rixia. So, this statement is wrong. Sexual reproduction in Olvox is isogamous? No, actually sexual reproduction in Olvox is oogamous. Oogamous. We need to find the correct statement, which means only one, that is statement 2 is correct. So, D for Delhi is correct answer. Any doubts regarding this? Any doubts? Match column 1 and column 2. Okay. Autosomal recessive. Okay, we will see. Additional 21st chromosome, that is trisomy 21 is Down syndrome. Metabolic error linked to the autosomal recessive. Metabolic error is phenylketonuria. Sex linked recessive is hemophilia, and autosomal recessive is sickle cell anemia. So, 1-4, A4, B3, okay, A4, B3, C2, D1. Yes, so C is the correct answer. Which of the following are correct regarding factors affecting photosynthesis? Light saturation in plant occurs at 10% of the full sunlight. So, the light is a major is the light major limiting factor? Tell me. Light is not the major limiting factor. Actually, carbon dioxide is the major limiting factor. C3 plants show carbon dioxide saturation beyond 450 milliliter per liter concentration of CO2. Yes, it is correct. C3 plants show 450 microliter per liter. Yes. What about C4 plants? C4 plants much less, that is 360 microliter per liter. And the light reaction of photosynthesis is less affected by temperature as compared to dark reaction. This is correct, right? Because in the dark reaction we have so many enzymes. So, if temperature rises, the enzymes become denatured as they are proteins. If the temperature lowers, the enzymes become inactive. So, in light, compared to light reaction, dark reaction, temperature actually affects the plants in the dark reaction. So, light reaction of the photosynthesis is less affected. Yes. So, water stress caused by stomata to wide open? No. To shrink, to close. So, which means B, C are correct. We need to find the correct ones. B and C. Option A is the correct answer. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Plant cell have centrioles. Plant cell doesn't have centrioles. Animal cell has actually. So, here they have given absent in the element cell. Okay. Ribosomes are the site of protein synthesis. This is true. The middle lamella is a layer mainly of calcium carbonate. No, it is actually pectate. So, which means this is wrong. In animal cells, steroidal hormones are synthesized by smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Lipids and steroidal hormones are synthesized in smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Yes. Lysosomes are formed by the process of packaging of Golgi apparatus. This is also correct. Direct lines from the NCERT. We need to find incorrect ones. So, yes, 1 and 3. A is a correct answer, isn't it? Yes. Match the following with respect to meiosis. Match it and tell me, children. Easy question.
A4.
Zygote, yes. I'm sorry. A4. Pachytene.
3.
B3. Diplotene.
C2.
Dissolution of, yes, synaptomal complex. Dikinesis. Yes. So, one second. Pachytene is the crossing over, diplotene, dissolution, and yes. Now tell me. A4.
Option A.
Option A is the right answer. Assertion: physical association of two genes is termed as a linkage. Is it correct? Yes. When two genes are linked, the proportion of parental gene combination is much higher. Yes, this is also correct. So, is assertion in reason type, is it the correct reason? The physical association of two genes are termed as linkage because when two genes are linked, the proportion of parental gene combination is much higher. Is it correct?
No.
So, it is not the correct explanation of assertion, which means both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Syncytium means more than one nucleus
Option A.
in a cell. Karyokinesis is not followed by cytokinesis. Yes, when cytokinesis will not follow the karyokinesis, after the karyokinesis, division of nucleus, the cytokinesis has to follow, not followed by cytokinesis. That is A. A is the correct answer. Very good. 132. Can you see the floral formula? Tell me. It is zygomorphic. We can say it is zygomorphic, bisexual, and calyx is fused calyx, and corolla is in the 1+2+2. That is, this is actually waxillary aestivation, and diadelphous condition, and superior ovary. Which one is zygomorphic, bisexual, sepals 5 and gamocephalous? Yes. Petals 5 and papillonaceous. Okay, this one, yeah, waxillary, papillonaceous, and anther 10 and no, this is wrong. It is diadelphous anther. Zygomorphic, bisexual, sepals 5 and gamocephalous, petals are papillonaceous, anthers 10 and diadelphous, ovary superior and monocarpillary. Yes, this is correct. Not unisexual, this is wrong. Bisexual, sepals 5 united, petals 5 and not, it is not like this, and diadelphous, no. Understanding? So, it is C. It is zygomorphic, bisexual, sepals 5 and gamocephalous, which means fused, petals 5 and papillonaceous, which is waxillary, papillonodiae, that family, anther 10 and diadelphous, ovary superior and monocarpillary. So, any doubts regarding this? Yes. Assertion reason: the network of food chains existing together in an ecosystem is known as food web. Yes, it is a right definition for food web. An animal like kite cannot be a part of food web. Why kite can't be a part of food web? It can be. So, A is true, R is wrong. A is correct, R is not correct. So, B for Bombay is the right answer. Any doubts till now, students? We are going for 134. Gene regulation governing lactosoperon. Okay, lacoperon based question involves okay, we need to find gene regulation governing the lactosoperon of E. coli that involves the LAC-I gene. Okay, LAC-I gene is it produces repressor protein. Yes. Okay, it is a negative. Yes, it is a negative and inducible because repressor protein prevents transcription. We got the answer, isn't it? Negative and repressible? No, it is inducible. Feedback inhibition? No, positive and inducible because it can be induced by, it is not positive, it is not feedback. So, it is not repressible also. It is a negative and inducible because repressor protein prevents the transcription. So, A is the correct answer. Match column 1 and 2. Okay. Biodiversity. Okay, we'll ex situ means it is off-site conservation, isn't it? It is off-site conservation, ex situ. D4. We have to plant pollinator mutualism. Okay, co-extension. Okay, if one extend, the other one also extend, go on extend. In situ conservation, it is on-site conservation. And biodiversity, Edward Wilson. So, D4, C2.
Option.
Is it? Yes. C is the correct answer. B3. Yes. Which one of the following statement is correct? Sporogenous tissue is haploid. Is a sporogenous tissue haploid? No, it is diploid. Endothecium produces the microspore. No, actually microspore mother cell produces microspore. The microspore mother cell from the sporogenous tissue. So, this is wrong. Tapetum nourishes the developing pollen. This is correct. Hard outer layer of the pollen is called intine. No, it is called exine. So, it is 3. We need to find the correct one, that is C is the correct answer. Which of the following statement is incorrect? We need to find the incorrect. Heparin is an anticoagulant. Heparin is an anticoagulant. Nitrogenous waste are present in dialysing fluid. No, nitrogenous waste are not present in dialysing fluid. So, which means this is a correct. Okay. Kidney transfusion is used in the case of renal failures. Is correct. All of the above? No. So, this one B, this we need to find the incorrect one. B is the incorrect option. Nitrogenous waste are not present in dialysing fluid. If it present, then how do we dialyze it? Dialyze the person who is having disorder regarding the renal disorders, isn't it? So, consider the following 4 statement A to D related to common frog, Rana tigrina. Select the correct option. Okay. We need to find true or false. Okay. On dry land, it would die due to lack of oxygen if its mouth is forcibly kept closed for few days. Yes, it can be. They can even inhale through nose also, but this can be the case. Yes. It has 4-chambered heart. No, it has 3-chambered heart. On dry land, it turns uricotelic and ureotelic from urotelic. No, it is always the ureotelic. If its life history is carried out in pond water, yes, correct. So, the correct option, this A is true, A T, okay, B is false. So, which means A is the correct answer. Yes, Shamita, we all can hear you singing. Nice singer, by the way. Match the following and select the correct option. Barbiturates, what it does actually? It is a medicine for depression. Morphine,
CNS,
yes. Cocaine, what does cocaine do?
interface with dopamine.
Yes, actually it gives the euphoria, isn't it? Interface with dopamine. Cannabinoid, it affects the cardiovascular system. So A2, B1, okay,
Option A.
option A. Which among the following belong to same phyla? Physalia, Obelia, no, this is actually Ctenophora. Bombyx, Culex, Limulus is orthopods, is all correct. Starfish, jellyfish, sea urchin. Jellyfish is a sea, this one, Coelenterata. Cuttlefish, devilfish, locusta, this is arthropod. So it is B for Bombay is the correct answer. Or here Bombyx, Culex, Limulus all belongs to arthropoda. Statement 1, large amount of recombinant protein can be produced by gene cloning. Yes. PBR 322 vector was constructed using DNA derived naturally occurring plasmid of E. coli. Okay, this is also correct. Direct statement from the NCERT. So statement 1 and 2 both are correct. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. D4 Delhi is the correct answer. Match the biological molecule listed under column 1 and 2. Okay. Glucagon. Glucagon is produced by alpha cells. Then cortisol. Cortisol stimulates the RBC production directly from the NCERT. Steroid, example of it is estradiol. Adrenaline is a hormone, fight flight hormone. Yes. So A4, B3,
Option D.
D4 Delhi, yes, is the correct answer. Statement 1, diaphragms, cervical caps and vaults are barrier made up of rubber. This is correct. Diaphragms, cervical caps, vaults are inserted into male reproductive tract during the coitus. No, it is inserted in female reproductive tract during the coitus. So statement 1 is true, but 2 is false. 1 is true, 2 is false.
Option B.
Option B. Very good. Okay. Regarding kidney, so delivers blood is renal artery, right? Renal artery extends from cortex of the kidney to inner part of the medulla. Not this, it is collecting duct. 70 to 80% of electrolytes are absorbed in this, that is definitely PCT. Loop of Henle, ascending and descending limb. So A2, B3, C1 and D4. Is it correct? Yes, D4 Delhi is the correct answer. Read the following statement regarding the various techniques used in the cancer detection. Okay. Cancer detection is based on biopsy and histopathological studies of the tissue and the blood and bone marrow test for increased cell count in case of leukemia. Yes, this is correct. In biopsy, a piece of suspected tissue cut into thin sections is stained and examined under the microscope by the pathologist. This is correct. Techniques like radiography, yes, it uses X-ray, CT, computed tomography and MRI, magnetic resonance imaging, are very useful to detect cancers in the internal organs. Yes, this is also correct. Computed tomography uses strong magnetic fields. Actually, MRI use this. Here it is written magnetic resonance, MRI, and non-ionizing radiation to detect. So, which means this is wrong. Early detection of cancer is essential as it allows the disease to be treated successfully. This is also correct. We need to find the incorrect one. Incorrect is only 4. So, D for Delhi is the right answer. Understood? Match the column A and B. Coelomate, sorry, acoelomate, fasciola. Okay, acoelomate is fasciola. Pseudocoelomate, encyclostoma, as well as encyclostoma is also there. This one is also 2. Coelomate is Aedes. This is arthropoda. A2, B1 and 4, C3. So, D for Delhi is the correct answer. Any doubts regarding this? Match the following columns and select the correct option. Again, match the following. BT means Bacillus thuringiensis. Adenosine deaminase deficiency, it can be treated through gene therapy. RNA interference is a cellular defense. PCR, with this technique we can detect the HIV infection. So, 1, 4.
Option D.
Okay, only one has 1, yes. So, that is D for Delhi is the correct answer. Statement 1. Human ribs are bicephalic as they possess 2 articulation surfaces. This is correct. Floating ribs are not connected to sternum ventrally. That's why they are called floating ribs. Yes. So, both 1 and 2 are correct, isn't it? Both 1 and 2 are correct. D for Delhi is the correct answer. Match the following. Gametogenesis means formation of formation of sperm and ova. Insemination, release of sperms into female genital tract. Yes. Ejaculation, release of sperms out of the male urethra. Implantation, attachment of blastocyst to the uterine wall. So, A3, B2.
Option D.
Option D. Option D is the correct answer. Very good. So, the dorsal part of the frog is pale yellow uniformly. It is olive green. Dorsal part is olive green and the ventral part is pale yellow. Okay, olive green, uniformly pale yellow. Dark, no, it is this. A is the correct answer. It is dorsal part is olive green and the ventral part is uniformly pale yellow. Very good. Which of the following is correct? Homo erectus lived in East and Central Asia and used to hide and protect their body. No, who did this? Actually, Neanderthal man did this. So, this is wrong. Agriculture came around 18,000 years back. It came around 10,000 years back. This statement is also wrong. Homo erectus has large brain around 900 cc. Yes, this is correct. And all of the above? No. So, we need to find the correct one, that is C is the correct answer. The following are the blood vessels and capillaries of kidney of man. Based on the blood circulation, arrange them in the correct order. So the first is renal artery. Yes, the first is the renal artery. Next it will be the afferent arteriole. It forms the glomerulus. Then it will go out as the efferent arteriole, and from there it will form peritubular network. From there it will go as a renal vein. So it is renal artery 2, 4, 5, 3, 1. 2, 4, 5, 3, 1. Yes. So D for Delhi is the correct answer. Any doubts? Match the column. Enzyme catalase removal of the group from the substrate. Okay, enzyme catalase removal of group from the substrate. That is done by lyases. Enzyme catalyzing interconversion of optical or positional isomers. Isomerase. Enzyme which catalyze oxidoreduction. Oxidoreductase, easy. Enzyme catalyzing the linking together of two compounds, that is ligases. A4, B1, okay. C2, D3. Yes, C is the correct answer. Yes, ideal contraceptive should be user friendly, yes, easily available, yes, effective, yes, and should be reversible, yes. Ideal contraceptive should be all of the above. Statement 1, prolactin regulates the growth of mammary glands and formation of milk in them. Yes, definitely it is true. Insulin and glucagon oppose each other's action and these are produced from pancreas. Yes, both are. Yes, this is also true. So both statement 1 and 2 are correct. D for Delhi is the correct answer. Match the column 1 and 2. Darwin, definitely without any second thought, mark it as natural selection. Darwin, natural selection. Malthus, essay on population. Hardy-Weinberg equation is here. Homologous structure come from common ancestry. A4, B1, C3, D2. D for Delhi is the correct answer. Identify the incorrect statement about the frog. Parathyroid and pineal gland in the body is present. Yes, it is present. Optical lobes are situated in the midbrain. Yes, midbrain, it is correct. There are 10 cranial nerves only. It should be actually 10 pairs. 10 pairs of cranial nerves. The ventricle opens into the conus arteriosus. Yes, this is also correct. We need to find the incorrect statement, which means C is the incorrect statement. Enzyme kinetics. We need to find, okay, A is the activation energy of without enzyme. This is correct, yes. B is showing activation enzyme with enzyme. That is also correct. The graph showing endothermic reaction. Actually, the product has lost its energy during the process, which means this is the exothermic reaction. This is wrong. The graph showing is the exothermic reaction. This is correct. We need to find the wrong statement, which is C is the wrong statement. In the given columns, column 1 contains structure of male reproductive system, 2 contains its feature. Seminiferous tubule.
Meiosis and sperm formation.
Meiosis and sperm formation, yes. Rete testis, it is a network of seminiferous tubule. Leydig cells,
Second.
yeah, they actually,
Androgens.
yes, they produce androgens, which means, which is, actually it gives secondary sexual character in men. Glans penis, enlarged end of the penis, yes. So, it is 13B1, okay. C2, B for Bombay is the correct answer. Find the correct statement about the figure given below. Find the correct statement. Showing recessive linked disease? No. Showing the disease with the symptoms which includes internal bleeding, muscular pain and blockage of intestinal passage? No. Showing the disease that is caused by nematodes? Yes. Showing the disease that is caused by flatworm? No. Nematodes here. This is filariasis. So, it is a filariasis is a nematode, that is aschelminth. Nematodes are aschelminths. 161. Which of the following groups of animals is correctly matched with its characteristic feature without even a single exception? Reptilia possess 3-chambered heart, but crocodile has 4-chambered heart. So, it cannot be like true without even single exception, isn't it? Because crocodile has 4-chambered heart. Chordata possess mouth provided with the upper joint. No, there are jawless. Conjunctus possess cartilaginous exoskeleton. This is true. Mammalia, it gives birth to young ones. There are oviparous also, platypus and echidna. So, this cannot also be totally true, which means C is the correct answer. C is the correct answer. We have already done this when we were doing animal kingdom. The PYQ, one of the PYQ has this, right? It was match the following, I think, or maybe correct answer, something like that. We have already done this in the previous. Not match the following. Correct pair, incorrect pair, something like that, yes. So, the diagram represents the human larynx. Choose the correct combination of labeling from the options given. A is the epiglottis, yes, correct. B is thyroid, yes. C is tracheal cartilage and D is trachea. So, D is the correct answer, isn't it? B is not parathyroid, first is not trachea, so it is not nasolarynx. So, it is D is the correct answer. Which of the following options correctly represent the name 1, 2 and 3 and 4? Okay. So, 1 is dendrites, 2 is cell body, 3 is its axon, isn't it? Otherwise, we will see. And 4 is the node of Ranvier. First is not axon, yes. 2 dendrites, cell body, okay, myelin sheath, this, yes, myelin sheath, node of Ranvier. 2 is not, it is 2 is a cell body. C, it is a dendrite, cell body, this one is myelin sheath, and that one is node of Ranvier. Understood? Statement 1. Infertility is the inability to produce children in spite of unprotected sexual cohabitation. Yes, this is correct. Infertile couples could have children using assisted reproductive technologies. This is also correct. Statement 1 and 2 both are correct. Easy. D for Delhi is the correct answer. Ball and socket joint is ball and socket joint. It is yes, humerus and pectoral girdle. Hinge joint is knee. Pivot joint here, it is atlas and axis. Saddle joint, carpal and metacarpal of thumb. A2, B3. Okay. B for Bombay is the correct answer. Okay, this is a good question. Select the correct set of names for A, B, C and D. Okay. A is a proinsulin. Okay, A is a proinsulin. B is a A peptide. B is the A peptide, C is the B peptide, and this is the free C peptide. A is the B peptide and D is the free peptide. So, B is the correct answer. Proinsulin. Okay, this is A peptide. A peptide chain. This is B peptide chain. Free C peptide chain. Any doubts? Column 1 and 2 are match the column 1 and 2 and identify the correct option. Okay. Primers. It is used in PCR. Primers are used in PCR. Separation and purification of product is a downstream processing. Precipitation of DNA is by chilled ethanol. We use chilled ethanol to precipitate DNA. Transformation means uptake of foreign DNA by bacterium. This is. Easy. With the first match we can get the answer, that is D for Delhi is the correct answer. Assertion reason. During fertilization, acrosome help the sperm enter into the cytoplasm through zona pellucida. If several spermatozoa hit the egg at the same time, all can enter the egg. No, such things cannot happen, isn't it? So, assertion is correct, reason is wrong. This is good. During fertilization, acrosome help in the sperm to enter the cytoplasm through the zona pellucida. So, correct. A is correct, R is wrong. B for Bombay is the correct answer. Which of the following statement is incorrect? Life originate in Mesozoic era? No, it has originated in pre-Cambrian. Earth was formed about 4.5 billion years ago. Yes, Earth was formed, yes. Dolphins evolved into first amphibians. Yes. Homologous organs show divergent evolution, common ancestry to the divergent. Yes. First form of life could have come from pre-existing non-living organic molecule. This is also correct. We need to find the incorrect one, that is only first option is incorrect. That is A is the correct option. First statement is incorrect. The patient was diagnosed that one process of his excretory system was not functioning properly, due to which his urine is not concentrating. Identify the organ of the excretory system on which concentration of urine depends. Concentration of urine depends on the Henle's loop and vasa recta, isn't it? So, with the help of counter current mechanism, we can see that the urine can be 4 times more concentrated, can become 4 times more concentrated in Henle's loop and vasa recta. In the counter current mechanism, we can see the concept. So it is Henle's loop and vasa recta. Select the correct statement regarding oogenesis. It is initiated during the embryonic development stage when millions of oogonia are formed within each ovary. Is definitely true. Graafian follicle releases primary oocyte from the ovary by ovulation. Now, Graafian follicle releases secondary oocyte. So, this is wrong. At puberty, only 60,000 to 80,000 primary follicles are left in each ovary. This is true. Secondary oocyte within tertiary follicle grows in size and completes its secondary meiotic division. No, it is primary oocyte which is within the tertiary follicle grows in the size and complete the first meiotic division, right. Secondary meiotic division only takes place after fertilization. So, this statement is also wrong. The primary oocyte forms a new membrane called zona pellucida. This is correct. Oh, not primary oocyte. It is secondary oocyte forms the new membrane called zona pellucida. So, this is also wrong. We need to find the correct statement here. Need to find the correct statement. So, only 1 and 3 are correct. 1 and 3 are correct. B for Bombay is a right answer. This was a really good question. We need to be having a clear concept clarity and we need to read the question very properly. We should read the question properly, then only we can solve the question. Isn't it? Concept clarity is very much required in this particular question. This is a really good question. B is the correct answer. So, match the terms of feature given in the column 1 with the examples given in the column 2. High regeneration capacity.
Planaria.
Planaria has this, very good. Planaria has this. Vector. Vector is a Aedes. Aedes is a mosquito. Oviparous with indirect development. Oviparous with indirect development. Sepia. It's a mollusk. Metamers. It is present in annelids, hirudinaria. This is what is this actually? It is leech. So, metamers are present. Which is the right answer? A2. Okay. This is the right answer. A2, B4, C3 and D1. Understood? Which of the statement is incorrect? Echo R1 cuts the DNA between bases G and A. So, it cuts the DNA between this palindrome so it cuts here between G and A, which means this is correct. Yes, right. Each echo R1 recession endonuclease recognize a specific palindrome nucleotide sequence in DNA. Is definitely true. When cut by same restriction enzyme, the resultant DNA fragments do not have same kind of sticky ends. Why not? They have same kinds of sticky ends. This is wrong. Making multiple identical copies of any template DNA is called cloning. This is true. You need to find the incorrect one. C is the incorrect one. 174. Identify the incorrect statement and choose the correct option accordingly. Interstitial fluid, that is tissue fluid, and plasma membrane have almost same mineral distribution. Yes, they have same mineral distribution. Lymph has no large proteins and RBC. Yes, that is, it doesn't have, or everything will be retained in the blood vessel, the large proteins and RBCs. As they are larger in size, they cannot penetrate the blood vessel and go to the interstitial space. Exchange of nutrients and gases, etc., between blood and cells always occurs through the tissue fluid. This is true. Lymph is an important carrier of nutrients and hormones. This is also true. Lymph can be defined as blood minus RBC, but has specialized lymphocytes. Blood minus RBC, but has specialized lymphocytes. Yes, this is also true. We need to find the correct options. Okay, identify the incorrect statements. Oh, this is good. Identify the incorrect statement and choose the correct options accordingly. We need to read the questions really good. Incorrect statements, none of the above. None of the above are incorrect. Identify the incorrect statements and choose the correct option accordingly. We need to find the incorrect and we have to choose the correct option from A, B, C, D. So, it is none of the above, isn't it? Yes. Read the following 4 statements 1 to 5 and answer the question. Lengthy paper, yes. Plant cells are treated with lysozyme to release DNA. No, plant cells are actually treated with cellulase, because the cell wall is made up of cellulose, right? Lysosome, in which type of cells we use lysosome? For bacteria, yes, for bacteria. For bacteria, which means this statement is wrong. The restriction enzyme are used in isolation of DNA from other macromolecules. No, for restriction. Yes. Downstream processing is one of the steps of rDNA technology. This is true. Disarmed pathogen vectors are also used in transfer of DNA into the host cell. Yes, true. DNA precipitate out after the addition of chilled ethanol. Definitely true. We need to find the mistakes. Okay, we need to find the mistakes 1 and 2. First one is a mistake, second statement is a mistake. So, D for Delhi is a correct answer. Okay, given below is a diagram of internal organs of frog. Identify A to F. What is A? A is a gallbladder. B is lungs. B is lungs. C is fat bodies. D is kidney. F is okay. E is the rectum. The F is the urinary bladder. Yes. A is gallbladder, B is lungs. Okay, all has. C is the fat bodies. Okay. Okay. D is kidney. E is rectum. Okay, here it is given colon. So, B is the correct answer. B for Bombay. Is also a good question. Match the following columns. Inspiratory capacity, total volume of air a person can inspire after normal expiration. Inspiratory capacity, yes. A1. Expiratory capacity, total volume of air a person can expire after normal inspiration. Sorry, expiratory capacity, yes. And functional residual capacity, the residual air. It is a volume of air that will remain, okay, the residual, okay, will remain in the lungs after normal expiration. Okay. And vital capacity, maximal air volume of the air a person can breathe in after forced expiration. So, A1, B4, C, C3 and D2. D for Delhi is the correct answer. Which of the following is not correct about PBR 332? Sorry, 322. PBR 322, which is not correct. It was constructed by using DNA derived from the naturally occurring plasmid. This is correct. It has 2 drug resistant genes, that is tetracycline resistant, ampicillin resistant, correct. It was developed for Bolivar and Rodriguez, correct. Selectable marker present in it can differentiate recombinants from non-recombinants on the basis of their ability to produce color. Now this is wrong. On the way whether they can be able to grow in the antibiotic, yes, that is true. So this is wrong. So D for Delhi is the correct answer. Correct option, not correct answer. It is the incorrect answer, correct option. Which of the following statement are correct regarding phylum Coelenterata? They are aquatic, mostly marine, sessile or free living, radial symmetry. Yes, this is true. They have central gastrovascular cavity with a single opening called hypostome, correct. Digestion is extracellular, intracellular, and okay, correct. Example are Sycon, Spongilla and Euspongia. No, it is porifera. They are triploblastic. No, they are not triploblastic. Diploblastic organisms. So we need to find the correct ones. A, B, 1, 2 and 3 are correct. No, C. This one, digestion is extracellular and intracellular. This statement is also correct. So it is C is the correct answer. Last question. Which of the following statement are correct? The number of enzyme requires the presence of metal ions for catalytic function. Yes, metal ions is as a cofactors required. Prosthetic groups are organic compounds that are tightly bound to the apoenzyme. Yes, prosthetic group actually binds tightly. NAD and NADP coenzymes contain niacin, that is vitamin B3, correct. Coenzymes are organic compounds, but their association with apoenzyme is only transient and usually occurring during the catalysis. This is also true. We need to find the correct options here, which means all of the above are correct. Okay, any doubts till now? 180 questions we could able to solve, and it's 4:30. Well done. So that's it. Any doubts regarding this, children? If there is any doubt, please ask me. No doubts? So okay, that is the end of the session. Thank you so much everybody. You can leave the call now.